Next time you go fishing, would you like to catch one of Earth's closest and unchanged relatives to the dinosaurs? Then shark fishing may be for you. It's easy and fun, and I'll show you the needed steps to set up a shark leader. I've used this leader and set up many times and have caught many sharks. Making a shark leader is easy and enables you to catch one of the apex predators of the ocean. The steps are simple. Gather your materials, assemble your materials, and attach it to a fishing rod. The need for making a special kind of tackle for fishing for sharks is because of their sharp teeth and abrasive skin. The first step in this process will be to collect your materials. The materials you'll need will be one approximate 2-foot piece of 480-pound 49-strand steel cable, another piece 6 feet long with the same cable, a hook, 10-aught or better is good. We'll be using a 14-aught circle hook, a double barrel sleeve, a 350-pound barrel swivel, a single crimp or sleeve, 2 beads, and a snap swivel, along with a 4-ounce weight and a crimping device. Now that we have all the materials gathered for assembling, let's begin. We will start at the hook end and work our way back to the pole. So the first step will be to grab your 2-foot piece of your 480-pound steel cable and slide your crimp over, your double barrel crimp. Follow it by the hook, and then slide the crimp or the cable back into the crimp. You're going to want just a little bit of the cable sticking out from the end of the crimp, but not much, so it doesn't get tangled on anything. Once you have that, you'll grab your crimpers, and you will crimp it from top to bottom, not side to side, so that you're collapsing the crimp onto itself and to the cable. The next step will be to go to the other free running end of your 2-foot piece, take another sleeve, place it into this, place the cable into the sleeve, follow that by the 350-pound barrel swivel, and then the same as the bottom, you'll run this back in, shrink it up to where you have just a little bit sticking out, and crimp in the same manner as before. The reason you'll be using a smaller piece down here is so that if you have to cut the hook, you're not running through all of your line. You can only replace this bottom piece if needed. The other reason is also that this allows for a swivel, so if the shark starts to spin, the hook can spin freely without wrapping your cable up around it. Then you're going to grab your 6-foot piece. You're going to add your single barrel sleeve. This single barrel sleeve you're going to want to place up 2 to 3 feet from this first end. And then you're going to crimp it, and since it's single barrel, it doesn't matter how, you just crimp it on there. Make sure you get a good bite into the cable. Then you'll be adding a bead. The bead keeps the snap swivel from sliding over that depth stop, that single barrel crimp that we put on there. So we'll be adding our snap swivel, then another bead. Then you're going to follow that with another crimp or another sleeve, put it in there in the same fashion as before, and then you're going to grab the other piece that you've already made and attach the end of the barrel swivel that we haven't used yet onto the cable. Run the cable back into the crimp as before. Tighten it up in the same fashion as earlier. And then once again, crimping top to bottom, not side to side. And the last step, which I've already completed, will be to do the same thing as you've done earlier to the other free running end, so that you have your barrel swivel, and this will be the part that will attach to the fishing rod, the line. Now what we need to do is at our weight, we'll be using a 4-ounce pyramid weight. Place it onto your snap swivel. Make sure it's on there secure. Then all you need to do is attach it to the rod and bait your hook. Once you cast out, the tide will take your line out, and your bait will float a little bit above the water, or above the ground in the water. And then when the shark bites, you'll be able to have this free running space with the weight, so it doesn't feel like anything is weighted down. And you'll be able to grab this, run with it until it hits your depth stop, that single barrel crimp, and that's when you know you have a shark on. All right, the completed product attached to a fishing rod, using a knot of your choice at the top, like a double clinch, will look like this. And this will be your completed product with bait on the end, and you're ready to go fishing. All right, it's that easy. You're done making a shark leader. In conclusion, making a shark leader is very simple. All you have to do is follow the simple steps I've provided for you. Gathering your materials, assembling your materials, and attaching them to a fishing rod. Now with an understanding on how to make a shark leader, it's time for you to get out there and catch you a shark. Just remember to bring you a pair of pliers to get that shark leader back from the shark that you've caught. I don't recommend using your hands.